General Hospital, Gio and Rocco's explosive clash with their moms. General Hospital spoilers see Gio Palmieri is angry with his mom and his brother Rocco Falzaroni, Finn Francis Carr, is furious with his own mom next week. Things get worse, and Brooklyn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton, and Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens, are under fire from their sons. General Hospital spoilers, Joe's fury at Brooklyn and family rejection. Right now, we have Gio fuming at his bio mom Brooklyn Quartermaine for the secret she's been hiding his whole life. And he's not too thrilled with Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, pushing him about the Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard issue. Bottom line, Gio doesn't consider any of these people his family, not right now. He's just too mad. And of course, Gio has been lied to his whole life by adoptive mother, Camila, biological grandma, Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, and great-grandma, Gloria Cerullo, Ellen Travolta. After he lost his adoptive mom, Camila, at an early age, he's been an orphan for more than a decade. That's a lot. The only people not lying to him were his biological parents, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, and Brooklyn Quartermaine. Gio is still really mad at them, less so at Dante Falconeri. As of now, Gio still feels rejected and that Bielke threw him away. She gave him up for adoption because she didn't want him. Of course, she never told Dante that she was pregnant. Rocco's origin story unveiled, lies and confrontations on GH. Meanwhile, Rocco Falzaroni had his parents for his whole life. However, not all of his whole life, not really, because he soon finds out all this backstory. So, these messed up origin stories of both Gio and Rocco are about to overlap. These young men are going to be so mad. We've seen Gio hanging on to that anger. He even moved out of the queues, moved in with Emma and Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, to get away from all of them. He adamantly refuses to give Brooklyn Quartermaine the time of day. Soon, Gio might have something to say to her, but it might be harsh. Mother-son drama escalates, Brooklyn's revenge and Rocco's discovery on General Hospital. The mother-son drama escalates next week because Brooklyn Quartermaine hired Marco to get that copy of Rocco's original birth certificate, the one where Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thiebaud, gave birth to him and named him Ben Westbourne. Bielke was thinking about showing it to Rocco because Lulu Spencer made such a big deal about calling Brooklyn a liar. Lulu claimed she's never lied to her son. But that's not true. Lulu and Dante have lied to Rocco, even when he was old enough to be told. The truth is just so bizarre. Bielke just told Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, she changed her mind. She decided she wouldn't do it. She didn't want to hurt Rocco. So, she decided she wasn't going to do anything with a birth certificate. Unfortunately, Danny Morgan, Asher Jared Antonazan, and Rocco got their hands on that file. And they read the info. Then, Rocco confronted Lulu about it. So, next week we pick back up on Monday, July 7th with Rocco demanding to know who is Britt Westbourne. General Hospital spoilers, Lulu's fury and Rocco's identity crisis. Spoilers for Monday say that Lulu is enraged. Not with Rocco, of course. But with Brooklyn because Lulu is going to figure out pretty quickly where Rocco got the info on Britt. So the kid's wondering if Lulu is even really his mom or if Britt is really his mom. It's just very confusing and he's been lied to his whole life. Bottom line, Lulu did not give birth to him. Now, unless General Hospital changes history, Rocco's biological mom is Lulu. And Britt stole Lulu's embryo and had it implanted. So, Britt was a fetus-stealing surrogate. Rocco is understandably angry. He has questions about exactly who Britt is, what she's done, and what all this means. It kind of seems like Dante and Lulu maybe never planned to tell Rocco about his bizarre origin story. I mean, it's not like telling a kid they're adopted. I mean, what would Lulu say? Oh, by the way, when you were a teeny tiny embryo, a crazy chick stole you and grew you in her body, and we found out about it later. It's just unimaginable because it's a soap. Fallout and blame, impact on relationships on GH. Of course, after Rocco confronts her, Lulu is going to go off on Bielke. She'll be surprised because she didn't know Rocco saw it. She didn't mean for him to. Brooklyn told Maxie she's better than Lulu because she decided not to reveal the info and hurt Rocco like Lulu hurt Gio. But then Rocco found out anyway. Not only will Lulu rage at Brooklyn, but I think that this Rocco stuff's going to circle back around. It may bite Brooklyn in the butt with her own son, Gio. Even though BLQ decided not to show him, I think Gio may rage at his mom for digging into it at all, looking for revenge. Because it'll be clear. Brooklyn was poking around because she was angry with Lulu and she wanted payback. I think Gio will see this as just one more reason to reject his mother. At first, he'll probably chew out Brooklyn for harming Rocco by even having that document in the house. I think Gio will also be mad at Brooklyn because she hurt his new brother Rocco. I can see Gio saying to BLQ, you know, haven't you done enough? You threw me away and then you had to hurt my brother Rocco. What's wrong with you? Shifting alliances, Rocco, Lulu, and the potential for brotherly turmoil. At the same time on General Hospital, I think Rocco is going to be super angry with Lulu. She kept this huge thing from him. Rocco may not actually be mad at Brooklyn. He may be grateful to her that he found out a truth he feels like he should have known. Just as Gio wasn't upset at Lulu for spilling the beans, I could see Rocco not being upset at Brooklyn for spilled beans. That of course would infuriate Lulu if it goes that way. The same way it's driving Brooklyn right now that Joe's talking to Lulu. So, I do think it'd be kind of ironic if Gio defends Lulu and Rocco defends BLQ because that would be an issue that could cause these young men some turmoil. Gio and Rocco's brotherly bond is just beginning. This could cause big friction between them because they each may resent the other defending their mother and there's just a lot of blame shifting. Reconciliation and resolution, the future of Lulu and Brooklyn's feud on General Hospital. I do kind of hope it goes this way because it would give Lulu and Brooklyn some insight into each other's feelings. Lulu has been totally unapologetic about unleashing BLQ's secret and now something Lulu kept secret is out. Brooklyn could be petty and say, oh well, you know, now you see how I feel. Bottom line, it is a giant mess. And it's not going to get truly sorted until BLQ and Lulu bury the hatchet. That doesn't seem likely to happen soon. However, making peace for Gio and Rocco's sakes is the one reason they would both do it. Britt's return is obviously tied into this controversy with Rocco finding out about his surrogate birth mother. Next week's going to be tense as Lulu faces Rocco, who demands answers, and he asks why she never told him the truth. Dante is not going to be happy it came out this way. He may also be upset at Brooklyn, which could cause more problems between him and his partner, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard. So, this is a big sticky wicket with no easy resolution. Hospital 2-week spoilers July 7th to 18th, Lulu's meltdown rocks Port Charles, Sidwell faces intense interrogation. General Hospital 2-week spoilers for July 7th to 18th 2025 see Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens, is going to go absolutely ballistic and Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, is getting grilled. General Hospital spoilers, Marco's grief and Sonny's mob troubles. Monday, July 7th, we are going to have more with Marco and Lucas Jones, Ryan Carnes. They're talking next week at GH as Marco is clinging sadly to his mother Natalia Rogers Ramirez's belongings after her overdose death. And I'm interested to see if he's going through her phone and looking at text messages besides the ones he couldn't understand that she sent him. He may still suspect that Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard, could be behind her death because she was going to testify against him and Marco had been working with DA Turner. I'm very curious to see if Marco is going to talk to the DA and, you know, press for a closer look at Natalia's death. Sonny Corinthos tells Laura there may be a way to contain the damage. And I think this is just what a bad look it is that a pub that he owns and that his daughter is running, Charlie's Pub, was firebombed. It looks like he is bringing nothing but mob violence to the city. Of course, Selena Wu Lydia look was set up to keep Sidwell looking clean. There's the big referendum vote coming. So this is bad. Sasha's discovery, Rocco's suspicions, and Anna's interrogation in General Hospital. Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, makes a horrific discovery. This may be about more weirdness with baby Daisy, or it could be something about the pub. Rocco Falceroni, Finn Francis Carr, wants Lulu Spencer to tell him about Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault. Lulu Spencer kind of panics and tells Rocco Falceroni that she needs to call Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, for them to have this conversation. But Rocco Falceroni is not going to wait. Looks like he demands answers right then and there. He suspects Britt Westbourne may be his real mother, not Lulu Spencer. Now, if it turns out that way, that's a huge retcon. A big rewrite of history, but you know, General Hospital has been doing more things like that lately. So never say never. Anna Devane, Finola Hughes interrogates Sidwell. She's giving him the third degree. It could be about Charlie's pub. Of course, he nicely set up Selena Wu, who has fled Port Charles. It could be about Natalia's overdose. But Sidwell is also telling Anna Devane to go to Sonny Corinthos, the local mob boss, for any answers that she needs. Brooklyn and Cody's air clearing, Lulu's warpath, and Jocelyn's breakup. Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, and Cody Bell, Josh Kelly clear the air between them. Brooklyn Quartermain is telling him that somebody has to be the bigger person. So, it's got to be about her and Lulu Spencer and what is obviously an escalating situation. He may hear that Rocco Falsaroni found the birth certificate because Cody Bell has been involved with boys and knows them real well. Lulu Spencer is on the warpath on Monday. I'm betting fresh off that conversation with Rocco Falsaroni that she is going to make a beeline for Brooklyn Quartermain and vent her frustrations on her. Gio tries to see things differently. Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, has warned him about Sonny Corinthos, and now Joe's talking to Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, who is his boss. It looks like she's actually frank with Gio and admits yes, there's complicated things about Sonny Corinthos and this is not an easy thing. I think what if Carly Corinthos Spencer is honest that it's going to give the things that Tracy Quartermain said to Gio some validity. Plus Jocelyn Jacks Eden McCoy tells Bond that things aren't working out and they are done. Now mind you, they just had a real kiss. So, I believe this breakup is something that's performative to either throw Emma off their tracks or possibly Dalton or possibly both. General Hospital spoilers, Alexis impressed, Portia and Elizabeth catching up. On Tuesday, July 8th, we've got Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn impressed by someone, and I think it might be Marco because he did save Christina Corinthos Davis's, Kate Monsey life because she's too dumb to figure out where the back door is, where there's no fire. She stood there looking around until there finally was some fire. That was I don't know if you guys have been on soap social media, but the memes about how dumb Christina is are just crazy. Plus, she said it was a gas leak, as if a gas leak is actual gas, like gasoline and not natural gas. Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr and Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, do some catching up. They've both got news to spill. Cody Bell makes his next move, and this looks like in the Seduce Ava Jerome, Maura West plan. Max Scorpio John J. York is busy doing some matchmaking. It looks like he's trying to fix up his son Cody Bell with Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos. Max Scorpio and Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, are talking to Molly Lansing Davis at the cop shop. And this may be Max Scorpio just genuinely wanting to see Cody Bell with a nice girl. Or it could be that Max Scorpio saw Ava Jerome near Ava Jerome and is panicking and wants to put him with a nicer girl. Ava's confidences, Brooklyn's defensiveness, and Rocco's impact on General Hospital. Na listens as Ava Jerome unburdens herself, possibly about Cody Bell and their chemistry, and also Rick Weber lying and hanging out with Liz Weber, which Nina warned her he's horribly selfish. Plus, Brooklyn Quartermain is confronted and gets quite defensive, and it's going to be about Rocco Falsaroni. Lots of people are going to have some things to say. Obviously Lulu Spencer, but probably also Dante Falconeri, maybe Lucas's even Gio, Michael's comfort, and Curtis's update in General Hospital. Wednesday, July 9th, Lucas Jones asks Carly Corinthos Spencer for a favor. It could be about the fire that happened about Marco because Sonny Corinthos decided spontaneously that Marco's responsible because he was by there and he and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, have decided it's okay if Marco dies as collateral damage. So, Lucas Jones may be worried that Sonny Corinthos is somehow going to hurt his boyfriend, which is valid. Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, comforts someone. It could be Sasha Gilmore after what's going on with Daisy or about the fire. Or it could even be his son Wiley Quartermain Corinthos, Viren Weaver, who is upset about not being able to see his mom Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen. Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, gets an update from Felicia Scorpio about the search for Jacinda the prostitute. Drew's advice, Elizabeth's invitation, and Willow's visitation drama. Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, wants Willow Tate to be more careful. This could be about her violating the court order on visitation with Wiley Quartermain Corinthos since she was talking to him at the Metro Court. Drew Kane Quartermain may be advising Willow Tate, just play it safe on General Hospital. Be patient. We're going to get married. We can go back into court and fight the judge's ruling. Plus, the firebombing at Charlie's pub is probably going to help their case. Elizabeth Weber gets an invitation from Rick Weber. Maybe it's a dinner date. Maybe he's going to bring her to Ava Jerome's exhibition opening at the gallery. That would go over like a lead balloon. Curtis's info, Michael's terms, and Drew's leverage in General Hospital. Thursday, July 10th, Curtis Ashford gets some info from Kai Jens Austin Astrup. I wonder if he's going to tell Curtis Ashford he blabbed the plot. Michael Corinthos has some terms and conditions, and this might be for Willow Tate to visit, or it might be something to do with Sasha Gilmore. Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, doubts what Portia Robinson says, which is pretty standard. Drew Kane Quartermain gets leverage over an enemy, and this could mean that he has found Jacinda. Rocco's move, Chase's warning, and Lulu and Laura's discussion. On Friday the 11th, Rocco Falzaroni makes a big move. Chase, Josh Swickard, gets a warning from Tracy Quartermain, and Lulu Spencer and Laura Spencer, Jeannie Francis, discuss the escalating family drama while Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, is absolutely angry and outraged. Anna Devane comforts Emma. General Hospital spoilers, Curtis's damage control, Lulu's revenge, and Trina's decision. July 14th through the 18th, we're going to have Curtis Ashford doing some damage control. Lulu Spencer is out for revenge. This is going to get ugly if they don't de-escalate, which I doubt they will. Trina Robinson makes a big decision and Portia Robinson is fighting even harder to hang on to her marriage. Jocelyn Jacks struggles to keep up appearance. Of course, Kelly Thiebaud is back soon, but we're still waiting to see who she's going to play. But with all the talk about Britt Westbourne, feels like it's got to be somebody who's at least Brit adjacent, right? We'll see.